BURNA Boy is now starting to feel the backlash as his most recent concert only sold around 2,000 tickets out of a venue capacity of 18,000 people. The backlash comes after BURNA Boy kicked out one of his fans out of his Denver concert for sleeping.
And I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me. This is me the fuck off, man. I'm not doing no more songs until you take her home, bro.
He has since apologized on his Instagram story. However, it doesn't look like his fans are receptive of it. But only time will tell if he will truly be forgiven by his fans. But it's still crazy to think that.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Verse or Belly Dirt Turnout. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I'm gonna be your today's host, and I have so many stitches to put up here, and we are gonna come out to talk about it. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
I will not be shamed into canceling BURNA Boy. I'll make a deal with y'all. When y'all cancel Chris Brown, then I'll cancel BURNA Boy. Because how is it fair that I have to cancel one of my favorite Afrobeat artists, but y'all get to keep Chris goddamn Brown? Let me know when y'all ready. Then we could start this whole canceling thing. But until y'all get rid of Chris Brown, BURNA Boy stays.
This BURNA Boy shit is hilarious, guys. Us Africans, we know how to deal with Nigerian men. We already know, but the Americans, oh no, they finna cancel him. I'm sorry.
BURNA Boy thought that he could come to America and treat us like third world citizens. And while that behavior should have never been accepted in Nigeria, it's definitely not accepted in America. Who do you think you are? Had you apologized, we maybe would have forgiven you and moved on, but your ego is too big. Instead of apologizing, you were disrespectful on top of the disrespect that you already dished out. Where you thought you were going to treat people like that and get away with it. In America, that is quick to cancel people. Now you're canceling your shows because we're not supporting you. Because one thing we are girls. What they should have done from the get-go was to cancel the rest of the damn shows and tell you to go back to your fucking country. Because how dare you come here and insult us in our own country and treat us like we're federal citizens.
Boy is indeed showing signs of weakness, because why did his show in Minneapolis just get canceled? Like, I am so bummed. I hope we all get our tickets, but this goes to show, okay, BURNA Boy needed a lesson in humility. Because to say you show no sign of weakness and then showed your biggest weakness on stage by not having compassion, by putting your ego ahead of everything, that speaks a lot. So if this country can cancel Target, who did he think he was? I mean, they canceled Target. They canceled a corporation. Multiple, many. You are not as important as you think you are. So I hope he takes this as a sign to get it together, because yes, unfortunately, the title of your album showed you out. The only thing showing no signs of weakness now are all those empty seats and canceled shows. BURNA Boy is indeed showing signs of weakness, because why did his show in
BURNA Boy is cancelled. Have you guys even seen what he did? Bear in mind, this is what his last concert looked like. Literally 2 days ago. He did a concert in Texas and everyone boycotted it. Let me tell you why. So the other day, BURNA Boy was doing a concert until he saw a couple sleeping while he was performing. Bear in mind, they were sleeping because he took that long to get on stage. And this is what he said to them. Look.
I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me. This is me the fuck off, bro. You understand? So please take her the fuck home.
After that, he proceeded to sit down and said, Wallahi, I am not singing another song until she leaves. And this is what's happened after he did that. And honestly, I think it's only fair. You see these famous people, they think they can speak to anyone however they want. And bear in mind, people have the power to cancel these type of people. I think they're just above anyone just because they're famous and rich. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. I think this is completely disgusting, because bear in mind, that woman fell asleep because he was that late to the concert. And she was only trying to get away from her family problems, which is why she went to the concert.
Celebrities are simply service providers. This is the reason why I've never understood celebrity culture. Think about this for a second. Let's say a plumber was to come into your house and he did an amazing job, but he spoke to you rudely. You would never hire him again. No long talk about cancellation, you would just simply disengage. But yet we can't do this with celebrities. I believe the reason why is because celebrities pose as like an aspiration avatar, like an extension of self. They serve a subconscious need, one that is greater than your average service provider. The envy of their beauty, the envy of their wealth, the envy of their lifestyle, they do something for you. So that's why cancellation is optional. That's why it's hard to hold them accountable, because you're not just criticizing the person, you have to criticize the fantasies you've created of yourself around them and their image, right? And when I speak on this matters, know that I don't care about BURNA Boy's situation. I'm simply drawing patterns subconsciously, spiritually, emotionally, and socially, right? And that's all. Do with that information what you will.
BURNA Boy has canceled 2 shows on his US tour after receiving backlash from his fans. The whole controversy began in Colorado when he asked a fan to leave his show because she was sleeping in the front row.
So when I stand up here and I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me, this is the fuck up, man. You understand? So please take me the fuck up. I'm not doing no more song until you take that away.
As you can see, the lights went off and everything until the couple actually left the arena and were escorted out by security. The fan shared her experience online after the incident. The fan commented this on one of the videos circulating online, and she essentially says that her daughter's father passed away and she's been drained. She went to a BURNA Boy show to put a smile on her face, and if she fell asleep, she fell asleep. She still paid for the tickets. BURNA Boy addressed the incident a little while after, and this is what he said. Pause and read here. Continues with this statement. Then we had these videos circulating of his Houston, Texas show where the arena was pretty empty. With all that said, he's canceled his Minneapolis show that was supposed to go on today and his show in Chicago that was scheduled for December 1st. I need to hear what you guys think. Do you think he handled the situation well? If you're falling asleep or tired, should you get out of the stadium? Should you not stay in the seats that you paid for? Curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments.
I beg, who know BURNA Boy? Then they plan to sue your tour organizer. Then they plan to sue you. Don't be play, oh. Yankee people, you know them as Susu. This thing will be say as an African guy, will be say be sharp guy, where they call yourself Odogwe for don't call the lady. Or make a video say are they very sorry. Waiting day inside, you know go come on one thing for your flesh, bro. And they fuck with you, die. But once you do something, you know, sing deal, normal, we go see if he tell you now, because now we they still stream the song. Then they plan to sue you. This one no be choice. I beg. Me, I still want to hear more song for you from you, because your song they motivate me, I beg. But I beg you can do better. Sorry, no they comot anything from body. Sorry, no fit kill you. Sorry, no fit change your dog way you be. I beg you can invite the lady. You guys can hang out. If they like say you want say no go for her. Make everybody make this face yours come out. I beg. Na Yankee oh, na Yankee. I just.
Watching the BURNA Boy situation go down and play out has been so interesting, because the way this started off on one thing and has evolved and escalated to where we are now really shows that you really just get by keeping your mouth shut. I saw the video of him calling out the fan that was asleep at his show. What I did not know is that he was late to the show. I, as well as everybody else, did not know that she was going through the loss of her child's father, and she had gone to the concert to cheering up her mood. With the show being late, she fell asleep because, again, she's exhausted because she's going through a lot. This is why we keep saying you don't know what people be going through when you open your mouth. But child, the way the cancellation has been quick and heavy, I have not seen anything like this since Daniel Caesar. As of today, Thanksgiving, his Minneapolis show that was set for tomorrow, as well as Chicago show that was set for Monday, have been canceled due to a little ticket sale. I know there's graphics of saying that the whole North American leg of the tour is canceled, but that has not been confirmed. Because as of right now, his shows in Boston, DC, Belmont Park, New York, Atlanta, Orlando, as well as the remainder of the North American leg is still going on. However, I will say I've been seeing many ads for his Atlanta date at State Farm for over a week now on my feeds. Cause listen, he's struggling to sell these tickets. I don't know why artists decide to do the full arena instead of just usual half arena and then have the other half of the back closed. The only artist I've seen who's been able to do this and actually sell out was Maluma. And that was in 2022 when people were starting to go back outside the concert. Now, granted, Atlanta has a very sizable African population, and we love Burna Boy over here. I don't know how much we love him still at this very moment. We really won't know until next week. But yeah, y'all, ego can be your own detriment.
Burna Boy, the Americans go teach you humility, eh? I'm just caught up to the news. I'm hearing Burna Boy apparently kicked out a couple that was sleeping in the front row. He said he's offended, he's ill, and them sleeping right there when he's performing, it's a sign of disrespect. So he said F off. Then people called him out for humiliating these couple. Even Eminem chipped in. I was like, what the hell? What does Eminem know about Afrobeats? I mean, with all due respect, I'm just saying. Then instead of apologizing or offering the lady a free ticket to a future concert, this dude was like, hey, if you're broke, I don't care, man. Hey, I only want the rich people, fans with who are rich. I didn't ask you to be my fan. You know what I'm saying? Granted, from the context that he was saying, it was a joke, but still, you don't joke like that after such an incident. You know what I mean? You have to get public relations training, man. You can't be like that. I get it, you're rich, you're established, you're all this, you're the big man, but still, people can humble you, man. You remember these people that you're calling brokies and stuff like that? They're the ones feeding you, okay? They're their fans. They're the ones paying for your concerts and stuff for you to go around doing all that. So you gotta have humility, bro. So they forced the humility upon him. This is his Houston concert. Yeah, this is a 20,000 capacity stadium. There was a handful of people there. This is very unusual for a Burna Boy concert, isn't it? Now I hear his Mississippi and Chicago concerts are cancelled. Yeah, because you can see, oh, you messed up, man. They hitting you on the legs, bro. They got you. Yeah. Oh, the best you can do is, what would I do if I was you? I would offer that lady, I don't know, some sort of gift. You know what I mean? Bro, fly her over and stuff, just with the boyfriend, just say, I apologize, you know, I'm very humble, you know, I come from humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying, I didn't mean to disrespect you, I love you, you're my fan, okay, so thank you for forgiving me, done, bro, then people will forgive you, that's it. But if you continue, all these Americans will humble you, bro. You can't have this standing in America because it will last, okay, that's all I can say. Good luck, Burna Boy, you know what I mean?
Burna Boy situation, let's talk about it real quick. So apparently, my man, you know, he's getting a lot of backlash because apparently he kicked the woman out because the woman, she was sleeping at the concert. And I think he made some other remarks. You feel me? Y'all can correct me in the comments. He said that he don't like broke fans. And now he's just getting a lot of backlash. He's not selling out shows like he used to do. A lot of his concerts, they getting empty as hells. You feel me? He's canceling shows. Like, it's pretty much fucked up for him right now. Now, to be honest, this is not that serious. You know, bro made a mistake. You feel me? He thought he was bigger than the program. His ego really got to him. You feel me? But the internet will humble your ass real quick. Don't ever forget that. I don't care how big you are, who you are. Always remember, it takes a couple of seconds for the internet to humble your ass, like 100%. You feel me? And it's crazy because again, like nigga, most of your fans are probably gonna be broke. You're not entertaining a lot of rich ass niggas. You feel me? A lot of rich ass niggas probably hire your ass to come to the thing. But again, point aside, you feel me? For you to say that you don't like broke fans, or you to say, who are you to tell somebody to leave and they paid their hard-earned morning for you to come entertain me, nigga? I own you in this moment right now, nigga. I don't care if I fall asleep, nigga. I paid my ticket. Now, some people are saying it's over for him because he hasn't had a hit since, 4 or 5 years ago, his last big joint. And you feel me? This is going to be a career ender. But you know, me personally, I think if you're a good artist, if you got talent, you can always rebound. You can always bounce back. So drop in the comments out there.
Burna Boy is being cancelled by the rest of the world. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, South Africa is so ahead of its time. Azania, we've been cancelled Burna Boy. Remember the time when Burna Boy wanted to come and perform in South Africa? And then South Africans are like, we're not buying your tickets. And his entire concert had to be cancelled due to a lack of ticket sales. He couldn't fill up F&B. He couldn't fill it up. And the thing with South Africans is that we support artists. If you're coming to perform in South Africa, trust and believe your concert will be filled up. We support artists. And he could not even secure 100 tickets. And the ones he did secure were requesting refunds. Burna Boy is currently having some concerts in the United States. He's only performed at 5 locations so far. He still has 13 more concerts to go till the 13th of January. And in the most recent concert that he had, right, I think it was in Houston, there was a lady sitting in the front seat. I think she was with her boyfriend or whatever, and she fell asleep essentially, and he kicked her out. So essentially, he stopped the entirety of the concert and said, "You over there, yes, you, get up and go." Oh, because the lady was, mind you, he was late to the concert. He performed late. So they were probably waiting for some hours. Now the Americans are mad. The Americans are saying, okay, you kicked out one of us. What we're going to do is we're going to go to your concerts and we're going to sleep. We're going to slumber at your concerts. Yeah, bayamkhansela futhi, and he released some kind of weird apology. I don't even think we can call it an apology. He just was justifying his action. He said, I don't think I'm wrong, but I'm sorry if you think I am. His apology was giving, I'm sorry you feel that way. Not I'm sorry for what I did, I'm sorry you feel that way. All I'm gonna say is, South Africa, Azania, Awala, we are progressive because we've been on this train.
Rumor has it is Burna Boy's concert in Houston, Texas was empty. It was empty and he only performed for an hour. I'm going to show you the clip that I saw from the concert where he is actually on stage. So this is not when you first get there, you know, when doors open, when there's openers. I'm going to show you the video I seen. Now, there is a lot of people there, and in a smaller venue, this would have been packed. But this appears to be an arena. I believe they said the capacity is almost 20,000, and there wasn't 20,000 people in there. Even the pit, it doesn't even look like a lot of people bought like standing room tickets, right? Now, Burna Boy has been getting a lot of heat because at a recent performance, you know, he kicked the girl out of his concert because she fell asleep, and you know, people started calling out his arrogance and bringing up all these other incidents where he was rude to fans or, you know, even got physical, and people have just been saying they're tired of his stuff. Now, I can only speak as an American. In the United States of America, I only know one artist, one male black artist who can get away with murder, who can get away with doing whatever he wants and people are going to still support him. And that is Chris Brown, okay? Not Burna Boy. Now, I'm not saying that the reason why this concert was empty is because of, you know, that previous incident. Maybe it's a combination of all the incidents. Maybe people, you know, are just over Burna Boy. I feel like he is on tour a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe he's experiencing a downfall. All I can say is when you're not a nice person, when you're unkind, when you're rude to your fans or whatever, for one, people are going to stop supporting you. But when stuff happens like this, you know, you have a performance and it's empty, instead of people saying, oh, I feel bad for him, they're going to say, haha, that's what your ass get, you know, stop being arrogant. And then double downing on it and standing firm, you know, I don't think I'm wrong, but if I am, I apologize, that type of thing. Nah, people laugh at you. People laugh at you and they say, haha, this is your karma, right? And that's where I'm at. Because I was at David O this past week and it did not look like that.
This Burna Boy situation is a reminder of a couple of things. Number one, never think that you're above the program. Number two, play stupid games and you'll win the appropriate price for it. Number three, just because you've gotten away with certain things in the past does not mean there will not be a breaking point. The situation at hand is truly unfortunate, but was inevitable. There was no need to embarrass the person that was in the audience. I am someone that's actually gone through that when I was a little bit younger. I know how much that has impacted me to this day when it comes to public humiliation. You've seen that someone is sleeping in your audience. Burna Boy is well within his rights to say, I'm here giving a show and you are sleeping. However, to now find out that he was allegedly late for the show, why would the person not be sleeping? I would call him an Afrobeats artist, but the last time that he spoke to us, he said, please don't, he's not an Afrobeats artist, so African artists. A lot of my first experiences with concerts were with Afrobeats African artists. For context, I'm based in London. For me, I thought the norm was shows starting at 9, 9:30, 10 even, until I went to go and see Ray. That is the person that shocks me. Ray was out with the orchestra. The whole live band. Max 8:30, 8:45, 9 were deep into the show. If you got there thinking that she was going to do African timing, oh baby, you had missed a good portion of the show. Like I said, he was well within his rights to have that observation. He has eyes. He can see the person is sleeping. Fine. Like, I'm not here to dispute that. That is why you have your crew. That is why you have security. What would have made the most sense was to whisper into somebody's ear and say, I see someone is sleeping, please check on them. That is even for health and safety reasons. Is the person anemic? There are so many reasons as to why that could have been the case. What I think our agents need to understand is that a lot of their shows is somebody's source of escapism. Some people are going through some real life shit. We are in tough times, and I feel that lack of empathy, that lack of even trying to understand before you chastise and you embarrass on the big mic. There is just something about people using mics to disgrace people that I really hate. I hate it so much. You are not on a reality TV show. You are performing. Now, the alleged additional context of the father of her child passing away. Like, oh man. And then you double down on this and you are basically insulting your fans. Now, going back to my third point that I made in the beginning of this video, getting away with things in the past. This is not your core audience that may have allowed this to run in the past. This is an audience that, if we're being quite frank here, let's be real, you've changed your sound for to appease them. You got your Brandy sample, your Tony Braxton sample, etc, etc. You don't get to do this with the people that you are trying to impress. They are not going to allow someone that is not their own, especially, to get away with that. And this is why we're where we're at, where a show has to be cancelled, where half the arena is empty when you're known for filling up stadiums. What? And I think this is the consequences of enabling. That is not to take accountability of him. He's a grown man that should know and do better. But when this behavior is glorified, this is what happens. Because those that glorify this behavior, they cannot fill those empty seats. They don't have the power to make the show go on. Like I said, the behavior is not new per se. Like I mentioned, you change your sound. A lot of your core audience have not been happy with that. The people too that you're trying to impress too, you have not made them happy presently. Where are you going to go from here? I cannot say for sure that this will have a long-lasting impact. However, the short to medium-term impacts, we are witnessing it in 4K right now. That is truly on him.
Alright, Burna Boy has officially reached that moment every celebrity fears. The moment when the people who made you, the people who streamed your music, bought your tickets, screamed your name, danced to your songs and defended you online, suddenly turn around and start asking, who do you think you are? And right now, Black Americans are asking that question loud and clear. Because this entire Burna Boy situation isn't just about a couple falling asleep. It's not just about one joke, one reaction, or one bad night. It's about a pattern. It's about the way you carry yourself when you are standing in front of the very people who gave you the platform to become a global superstar. And it's about how fast America humbles anyone who starts feeling untouchable. Let's break it down from the beginning, the moment that sets everything off. Burna Boy performing big energy, big presence, sold out crowd, and in the front row, a couple dozes off, not drunk, not belligerently, not disrespectful, literally just tired. Maybe exhausted from work, maybe self-deprived, sleep-deprived, maybe overwhelmed by the day. Whatever the reason, they end up nodding off. And Burna Boy looks at them, pauses the shows, and instead of handling it with hormone, grace, or even basic empathy, he humiliates them publicly, loudly, tells them to F off as if they owned him perfect attention, as if they were beneath him, as if they were present, sitting in the presence of royalty. Now, here is the thing. Artists have called out sleeping fans before. That is not new. But there are two ways to do it, the light-hearted way and the ego-driven way. One makes the audience laugh, the other makes the audience uncomfortable. Burna Boy chose the second, and that is where everything started unraveling. Because if you embarrass your own fans, the people who paid to be there, the people who spent their money, their time, their energy, people will react, and they did immediately. The internet caught fire, clips went viral, and even any meme, someone who doesn't involve himself in Afrobeat drama, chipped in with a comment that alone tells you how far the disrespect traveled. But here's where Burna Boy went wrong. Not the incident itself, but the aftermath. When the backlash started, when people expressed disappointment, when fans said, bro, that was unnecessary, what did he do? Did he apologize? No. Did he address the fans with humility? No. Did he acknowledge the harm? Absolutely not. Instead, he doubled down. He looked the insults even further by saying things like, If you are broke, I don't care. I only want rich people around me. I didn't ask you to be my friend. Now, maybe to him it was a joke. Maybe it was a locker room hormone. Maybe it was just him trying to shake off the backlash with bravado. But here's the problem. You don't get to joke like that's right after you humiliated someone. Timing matters, sensitivity matters, and public relationships, whether he likes it or not, matters. The fans wasn't laughing. They felt insulted. They felt dismissed. They felt like Burna Boy forgot who made him. And when fans feel that way, there's only one outcome: consequences. Before this drama, Burna Boy concerts in America were packed, sold out. People outside venues hoping to get last-minute tickets. Afrobeat fans, African diaspora, Black Americans, white audiences, everybody. That man had monumental. But once the disrespect hit, the energy shifted instantly. The Houston concert, a 2,000 capacity venue, came and went, and the turnout was shocking. A handful of people scattered around the stadium, empty seats everywhere, and a vibe that screamed, "We are done with you until you fix this." Then came the cancellation of the Mississippi show, then Chicago. The cancellation wasn't represented as punishment, but everyone knew exactly what they were. Burna Boy saw the numbers, he saw the ticket sales, he saw the consequences of arrogancy in real time. And this right here is the lesson. No matter how big you get, no matter how award winning, no matter how global, no matter how many hits you have, America can humble you in 2 seconds. Because America is not just a music market, it's a machine, and that machine can make or break anyone. People in America, especially black Americans, do not tolerate being disrespected by the people they support because they come from a culture where loyalty is earned, not demanded. Respect is mutual, not expected, and artists are lifted up by the people, not the other way around. So when Burna Boy came into America acting like he was above his own audience, that is when the switch flipped. That is when people said, "Nah, you are not doing that here, not to us." Black women especially took the lead on calling it out because black women have always been the backbone of the music industry. From R&B to hip hop to Afrobeat, they stream the music, they buy the tickets, they set the trends, they've pushed the culture forward. They are the most loyal fan base any artist could ever ask for. So when they said we are girls, girls, they meant it. They meant we don't tolerate disrespect towards another woman, no matter where she's from, no matter what the situation is. When you humiliate a black woman publicly, you humiliate all of us. And we are not supporting you after that. The truth is, they should have cancelled the rest of the tour immediately. That is what some people said. Send him back. Tell him to go home. Because how dare you come into our country and insult us, treat us like third world citizens, and walk away like nothing happened? People were angry, and rightfully so, because what message does it send if an artist embarrasses a fan, then brags about only wanting rich people around him? What message does it send when he refuses to apologize? What message does it send when he prioritizes ego over empathy? It sends the message that he has forgotten humility. And here's the irony: Burna Boy's entire brand is built on being the African giant, being the voice of the people, representing Africa proudly, coming from humble beginnings, fighting for respect globally, and yet he is disrespecting the very fans who put him on that global stage. That contradiction is what is turning people against him. Many people say the same thing. He had just apologized, even a small apology, this entire thing would have died immediately. One sincere apology, one moment of accountability, one acknowledgement that he hurt someone unintentionally, but instead he chose pride. Imagine if he had taken the opposite approach. Imagine if he had flew the lady and her boyfriend out to another show. Imagine if he had gifted them VIP tickets. Imagine if he had said, "My bad, I didn't handle that well. I appreciate your support." He would have been praised, celebrated, defended. People love humility. People love accountability. People love when celebrities keep it real and admit mistakes. Instead, he's facing sold out seats turned empty, support turned silence, fans turned critics, monument to turn backlash. And here's the uncomfortable truth: America is not Nigeria. The kind of unchecked celebrity power he has at home does not exist here. In America, you can't be cancelled overnight for far less than what he did. Celebrities in America tiptoed. They apologized for things they didn't even do. They apologize for misunderstandings, they apologize for jokes, they apologize for misinterpretations, not because they are weak, but because they understand the marketplace, they understand their fan bases, they understand that being a public figure means you are always on one mistake away from losing the crowd. And Burna Boy walked straight into that reality thinking he was invisible. This is why people are saying these Americans will humble you, because it's true. America will humble anyone who forgets that their success depends on public support. Now, to be clear, Burna Boy is incredibly talented, one of the biggest artists in Africa, a Grammy winner, a global superstar, but talent does not excuse arrogancy. Fame does not excuse disrespect. Success does not excuse humiliation. In fact, the higher you climb, the more humble you are expected to be, because fans don't owe you anything. They choose you, they support you, they elevate you, and they can withdraw that support at any time. This whole controversy is a wake-up call for him and for every artist watching from the sidelines. Respect matters, humility matters, emotional intelligence matters. And when you are performing in a different country in front of people from a different culture, you must adapt. You must understand why your audience. You must know what is appropriate and what crosses the line. What Burna Boy did cross the line, and the way he responded afterwards burned the bridge entirely. The craziest part is that this didn't have to happen. This was preventable, fixable, avoidable if he had just taken a breath and realized these are human beings, not prompts, not peasants, not background noise. These are people. People who work long hours, people dealing with stress, people who may have had a long day, people who came to see him because they love his music, people who didn't deserve humiliation, and people who paid for those seats he now wishes were full instead of empty. But there is the thing about ego, it blinds you, it convinces you that you are more important than the crowd, that your feelings matter more than theirs, that your pride comes before their experiences. America does not play with that. Black Americans especially do not play play that, because they have dealt with enough disrespect in society. They are not taking it from an artist they supported, and that is why this backlash is so strong, so immediate, and so unforgiving. This is not hatred, this is not a xenophobia, this is not jealousy, this is accountability. Is the audience saying, we supported you, we lifted you up, we defended you, and you repaid us with disrespect. Now we are showing you exactly how powerful the fan base actually is. If Burna Boy learns from this, truly learns, he can bounce back. People forgive when the apology is genuine, but ignoring it, mocking it, or pretending it's not serious, that will not only dig the hole deeper. Because right now, the world is watching, Africa is watching, America is watching, the music industry is watching. He is going to take responsibility, show humility, and repair the damage, or he is going to continue doubling down and watch his American support crumble. That is where the story stands today, a lesson in humility, respect, and the reality that fans are not to be taken for granted. Because in America, no matter how famous you are, no matter how big you think you are, the people will always remind you who really holds the power.
And if you watch up to this extent, don't forget to please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So lovelies, why not just share your thought? Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.